Hollywood, home to one of America's most glamorous and influential industries, is a town that's fueled by talk, rumor, and gossip. However, here, in the motion picture capital of the world, its stereotyping of the Arab world and Islam is one subject almost no one wants to talk about. Jack Shaheen is an expert on the image of Arabs in Hollywood.
They're portrayed as what we call the cultural other, people that we don't want to associate with, people who are a threat, people that we fear, people who are ignorant, people who are fanatics, people that have a religion that preaches violence, people who have money but don't know what to do with it.
You know, if I were your economic advisor, I'd tell you that that's not the stupidest thing, financially speaking, that you've ever done, but probably just the dumbest thing you'll do today. Probably. But why would you need an economic advisor? 20 years ago, you had the highest GNP in the world. Today, you're tied with Albania. So, good work.
Tony Shaloub, one of the most successful Arab-American actors in Hollywood today, agrees.
I think it's true. I think Hollywood has really helped to perpetuate these myths. I think the Arabs and Muslims are, they're the new bad guy, the new convenient bad guy.
But Shaheen says the negative stereotyping of Arabs in Hollywood is not new.
Decades before 9/11, you saw American military men, Israeli super agents, James Bond, blowing the smithereens out of Arabs.
No unnecessary shots, Conrad, because we know what they do.
They make infected pockets full of bile, sir.
That's right, that's what they do.
No bad guy has endured as long as the Arab. It came across two immigrants, one from Lebanon and another from Syria in 1916, and they were in silent movies, and they were playing villainous Arabs in silent films. I mean, we've outlasted everyone. Every other group had a cycle. There was a cycle where Asians were evil, a cycle when blacks were bad.
How's she living, Troy?
And there are more balanced images. Asians, blacks, Jews, women, gays, every group, every single group, except the Arab.
This is the Mann's Chinese Theater. It's built in 1927 and is one of the oldest movie houses in Hollywood. Back in cinema's early days, Arabs were portrayed as savages, maybe romantic savages, but savages. It was Omar Sharif who really transcended that stereotype and became a genuine leading man in Hollywood.
Hollywood is only interested in making money. If portraying Arabs makes money, then they portraying them badly makes money for them, they will portray them badly. I lived about 4 or 5 years in California, and they never discriminated against me, to tell you the truth, Yani. But, you know, in America, business is business. If they can make money out of you, they don't discriminate against you. Yeah, I played Lawrence of Arabia, and that was a good character. That was the best character in the film. He was a better person than Peter O'Toole, than Lawrence of Arabia himself. The only challenges that I faced, really, was finding parts, because I speak English with an accent. When I was young and good-looking, and I was a box office, I was bankable, as they say, then it didn't matter. They changed the script. They made me play a lot of Russians, because at that time, nobody knew what the Russian accent was like.
How are you? One of Sharif's most famous roles was as a Russian doctor in the 1965 MGM epic Dr. Zhivago.
That Caliban cares to make what is yours.
In the 1970s, hijackings and other acts of terror were seized upon by Hollywood to create one-dimensional bad guys. Saeed Badreya has been acting as a terrorist for nearly 20 years.
In the taking of Flight 847, I hijacked the plane. In executive decision, I hijacked the plane. And days of our life, I kidnapped people. And the insider, I was the head of the Hezbollah. So I play a bad guy. And Three Kings, I was the tank commander who he killed his own people and fight the American.
Is there any hesitation when you get cast or when they call you for a casting call and it's for a terrorist role?
It depends on the piece and the director. I got offered 100 of movies just to go back and say, in the name of Allah, I kill you. Or I already done that. I turned this down. A lot of TV show, I watch him and I said to my agent, I don't want to go there.
Many actors of Middle Eastern background are cast mostly as evildoers. Chris Maher, like Badreya, was born in Egypt and has been fighting typecasting for half his life.
I played a very evil killer by the name of Hassin. Should have been Hassan, but it was Hassin. Colonel Hassin. He was a generic evil Arab. So I've played Lebanese, I've played Israeli and Palestinian, Egyptian, Libyan. I've gone through the whole gamut, Moroccan.
Like Badreya, he too was a hijacker in the 1996 Warner Brothers film, Executive Decision.
It was about a bunch of Arabs who hijack an airplane. I was the hijacker with the heart of gold. They hijacked the airplane to free a guy who's in jail in England or some such place. And we got him released. Then the guy leading the mission wanted to take the airplane and crash it into Washington, D.C. And he says, I'm doing this for Islam. And my character, in retort, says to him, this has nothing to do with Islam. This is your insanity. And he shoots me.
But Maher got fed up with playing the role of the Arab terrorist.
I won't play, a desert nigger anymore. I just won't do it.
Ironically, some believe that since 9/11, a greater awareness to create a more balanced image of Arabs in film has surfaced.
He says, you are a great liar, and he will fight you because you are a liar.
Alexander Saddig is a Sudanese and British actor who portrayed positive Arab characters in films such as Syriana and Kingdom of Heaven.
You have to earn the right to get onto people's screens. And if I'm lucky, I will, like Omar Sharif, be an Arab in one film, and in the next I'll be a Russian. So he earned that right, and I have to do the same thing. So people like him are great role models in the sense.
How are you approaching playing a terrorist, playing a negative stereotype of Arabs? 24, one of the most popular television shows in the world, is known for its negative portrayals of Middle Easterners.
I think the fact that 24 has this reputation for two-dimensionality in its depiction of terrorists, and I think the fact that they are moving now to a place where they wish to explore those terrorists in a much more interesting, much more inclusive way.
Now, take it. Just take her to the basement and do it.
This bodes well for the show and bodes well for the cultural mindset that exists in Hollywood now.
Saddig believes the entertainment industry's attitude towards stereotyping Arab characters is changing.
I'm here because of the fact that things are changing, I believe. The fact that Kingdom of Heaven was made, and you watch that is a sympathetic film to Saladin and the armies of the Saracen army, if you like.
Saladin.
We have terrorists. I will send you my physicians.
Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام.
The fact that Syriana was made, which very carefully pointed out how these people live, there was no denigration of the Arabic people in that movie. There was just an attempt at exposing the truth. My father welcomes the Chinese to our country.
Of course.
Please. Right there.
When we come back, will Arabs ever play the good guys?